In our March work session, we want to welcome everybody, and before we get to the agenda, this is the first meeting, I believe, that our new city manager has been here at the council today. And welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And, having said that, let's proceed on.
To clarify, this is a monthly work session of the mayor and council. This is a meeting that's held each month to allow the members to discuss specific items in preparation for the regular council meeting, which is held the second Tuesday of each month. The dialogue of this meeting will be between the mayor, council, and staff members only. The time for citizen involvement will come at a regular meeting to be held next Tuesday night during citizens' input portion of the meeting. We respectfully ask that you hold your comments or any questions until that time unless called upon. Once the meeting is adjourned, we ask that everyone exit the meeting room and the property in a timely manner. Thank you.
First item.
Number one, consider authorization to submit an application to the TDOT Traffic Signal Moderation Program grant up to $125,000 for modernization of its exiting traffic signal equipment or operations. In Debbie Montgomery.
Debbie?
I am wanting to apply for a modernization grant for the signal at 8th Avenue and West Commerce, which y'all probably know as Bowling Alley Hill is what I've always known it as. It's one of the older signals, and we can modernize it. It has to be an existing signal, which could be the heads, the box, those kinds of things, up to $125,000. There's no match. The deadline is at the first of next month, so I'll need the resolution next week in order to apply, and hopefully that I'll get all that in there. And it's TDOT, they'll decide whether we get it or not, but it's always one that's out there for us to apply for. We've applied previously and did not get it for the Bobby Martin intersection the last time we've done it, but we're going to try a different one.
This is 8th Avenue?
This is 8th and West Commerce, and
By the bowling alley.
That's been there since 1993.
Questions for Debbie? While you're up, Debbie, they are starting to erect the poles for West
Would you like an
Ellington.
update?
Pardon me?
Would you like an update?
Yes, quick.
Okay. I was told yesterday that they will have that light flashing on March 29th. So it'll flash for a week, and then it'll turn solid a week later. They are ahead of schedule, and they anticipate that it will be up and flashing March 29th. Unless we have weather or something that pushes, that's what I've been told, and so sooner than we anticipated a lot. So that was one good thing about that signal. It actually sped up a little bit when we got to construction. So
What about the raised pavement markers?
they'll be working on those as probably pretty much soon. It should have been in March, I think was our time frame in there. There it is on the list of things to be done. They'll have to do the stop bars, those things, the raised pave markers, and they have some other corrections maybe to make on some places. But that should be happening fairly soon. I think it was in the March timeline.
Questions for Debbie? So this will be on the Tuesday agenda without objection. Thank you. Next.
Item number 2, consider authorization to submit application to Community Development Block Grant up to $1 million with a local match of 14%. The grant funding will support infrastructure to support local roads, street improvement projects. Clint and Brandon.
Good evening. I got Sarah this morning. So this was a grant that was already applied before I got here, started through. Myself and Debbie talked about several options through the South Central District with McCall. paving was at the top of that list. We got with Brandon, said, do you need paving? He said,
Brandon,
yes. We
Move the
provided
microphone.
area, Nicole provided us with the areas that were acceptable. Brandon picked one area, Fifth Avenue, Seventh Avenue, that section. And we worked through with Jim to get bids. The final number came in at $569,598. It's a 14% match. And how many roads is that gonna get us paved?
It's gonna be about 6 roads. I
what
believe
was it?
Silver Street, it's gonna be all the projects in Silver Street, Cummins Circle, 7th Avenue. What was she asking?
What was your exact question?
What was that exact amount again? 590?
569, 598.
So
I
the
thought we
match-
had a map of that.
There should have been,
There should be
there
a,
should be 2 in your
Yeah,
packet.
here it is. I see them. I got them.
Now, what is it supposed to do?
paving, and it'd be probably some milling involved as well.
And so this 569 will get both of those shaded areas?
No, it won't get the whole area, no ma'am.
Okay.
No, we actually had to take some streets off. We tried to see what the perimeter would be to get as much as we could, and we were up to like 2 million. So we took several off of them to get to a reasonable number.
That-
Hill Street, I know is on the project.
And so I on page, well, never mind, it's not.
In the sense.
Yeah.
It's a grant.
It's a community development block grant.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. And that area it touched houses with the grant that we had to do. We had to get to an area that we could affect the most number of people.
Remember that from, it had to be the most dense. Yeah.
Where's the proposal coming from?
I don't know. So this was already, got here, we've seen
This would be just, I mean, it'd be at least,
the match, 79,743 and 72 cents. It's my number to decide where the match comes or to match the project at all. If you don't,
Can this be in kind also? Have to be a cash match.
Debbie, anything on that?
No, it can't be administrative costs.
Right.
I saw that.
One of the things, that we have to go back to, I thought he asked.
Now, this is a competitive grant,
Very.
and when will the results known? Well, who's, when we know picked or not? This goes, he has gone to the water, for water and price.
We discussed several water and there was nothing that,
So I'm
so
just saying.
my
that-
application is April 10th.
Does it have a date on it?
It does not, not as
Okay,
what
Because I thought we
close
talked
out,
about,
close out report by the end of the application deadline is April 10th. This is communication from Nicole as of February 9th.
okay.
Got
Next
any
year's
more
budget.
updates?
That's
Next year.
my
where
question.
The money would come if we choose to do it.
Further questions? Okay, that'll be on at the end of Tuesday with section. Thank you both.
you got
I'll find out.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next.
Item 3, consider authorization to submit application to the Tennessee Valley Authority Workforce Development Grant. This is round 5, up to $50,000, match of 10%. The grant's funding for industrial equipment to enhance workforce ready sets.
So this is a TVA grant. I've been working on it for a couple of months. For all you know, Frank Musk, spot local director of Marshall County. So this is a workforce development aimed to try to improve seniors or high school students to better prepare them for jobs when they graduate. Maybe they don't want to go to college. They want to stay in the manufacturing of that nature. I got Mr. Musgrave asked him, was there any equipment he needed to better do, he provided a list. And I want to also make this 50% match on $2 that Spotlow has agreed to cover.
Right, we're doing pass-through for this.
So there's not any part of this match, but we will administrate, admin it.
Who's match, you say?
Frank,
Previously, the grant funds to the VA grant up to the project has in it. Initially, I'd written an ISM grant 4 years ago, and we're doing building construction. It was approximately 3.5 that came into the community, but we're to at a $3 million project right now. So I had created extra space for the lab and extra space and program. So wrote in that previous grant for a CNC mill and a CNC machine and program that total about $94,000 for those two pieces. But whenever Clint came to say, what could we do? We had the question for TVA of whether or not we could use allocated funds grant and use that as the match. But because we haven't purchased any, and that will be on next year, they said that would be fine. We just can't make any until that happens. Be just a little bit shy of what the overall will be, and I'll use annual federal funds in order to get the other whatever of 12, 14,000, however that. But like I said, it's going to be actually going to be 5 pieces that would go into the machining program, and then 2 pieces of equipment that would go into the engineering program. A CNC mill, a CNC lathe, a large one, and then desktop mills and desktop lathes that are more entry level. They're a little bit smaller, more efficient rate, cost, the cost for material size, and also we introduce at a freshman, sophomore age to some. Talking to Matrix Drilling, they were the ones that suggested these desktop mills and desktop lathes into the. Whenever I had them last November, I was just thinking of how much money, and then when I came and said we've got this opportunity, TVA investment.
And the program affect 80 students now. We're looking at
About 80 students that go through the engineering program and about 50 students that go through the program per year. To get them on that machining, drilling, that CNC, but then also apply it for the engineering lab benefit as well. So TSC and Columbia State College are both already partners. I've already had conversations with both of them. They're provide the letters of support. I got the letter of support from Matrix Drilling as far as industry. We would have several other.
This is not a competitive grant.
I don't know if it would be, but I would think probably, there's going to be other districts that are applying for it. But.
Say this, though. We had a scope, and TV very pleased with the work we've done so far, and pretty much says we're not worried about it. That really had no questions, no budget concerns. We've talked with Debbie about how to handle the pass-through checks of nature.
And I've already talked to Finance in Marshall County Schools. We did a previous grant similar to this, our headsets. I don't know, 2 years ago. It was a similar grant that you all were the past.
That sounds,
I have a deadline of April 4th for the, and I do have a reward date on this late June.
additional question?
Can I, a comment I made, this grant that we cannot administrative costs. CDG grant, there's a administrative cost in central will be that grant that will be their administrative. Go above it's 5% but I would still find out about on the CDG.
Other questions? Sounds great. On the agenda without objection? Nick?
Item 4, consider authorization to submit application to Select Tennessee Site Development Grant up to $1 million with a local match of 30%. The grant provides funding for preparation of development of industrial sites for future economic development opportunities. Grant. Clint?
Last one. This is a site development to the Department of Tennessee Development. This is what Ernst proposed as a letter. I don't remember the council meeting, but in April 10. So this is what you approved me to get my letter of intent to look at. This has been industrial board, support behind it. This is our veterans property, our 98 acres at the back of Veterans Street. This is only going to focus on 50 of that. The property west is going to be a discussion at a later date. But the 50, if you back of that coal and you went straight back, that area that we're looking at. Today I traveled to Nashville. I met with TV leadership, MTIDA leadership, Tennessee Economic leadership, and it was nothing but positivity for the project and for development on our Veterans Drive. The Lewisburg Industrial put a number of 1.7 million to apply with a match of 8%, which would take it to 500,000. I did get confirmation that the state will cut at a 50% discount, which is going to take it to 2.5.
Take us to what?
It's 2.5,000, if memory is correct. I can tell you just one second.
And this.
So it's 510 at the 30%. The state confirmed today that it's a 50% discount, so the match will be 55,000.7 million.
It's a 15%, 30%
Yes, sir.
match. Percent.
They did.
Okay.
They gave us this.
So this is not to be in this budget year.
The application is due March 26th. Community presentations are May 26th. Announcements of the June. Contract start August 2026. Realistically, it's past that. So as far as the 2027 budget year, it is going to be.
What I'm saying is any match would have to be the next.
IDB has agreed to put money in the project. They did ask me to partner with them. So I'm really asking, one, do you have them partnering with the industrial board on a match? Whatever is just, I guess whatever's decided at the council meeting, we have to have a special call meeting to make sure everybody's in line with who, what. But to have some sort of answer by May 26. I'm meeting with Central tomorrow, depending no objection tonight, and start their preliminary paper.
If I recall, you said that there is an, that we don't have to take the grant for some reason.
We do not have to do this. You know, I've had nothing positive meetings out of it. You know, at 1.7, my comments so far, we're looking at construction access road, utilities extended, and pad. T and ECD are looking, we proposed a 200 square foot pad, just in conversations, nothing concrete. We're looking at maybe shrinking out to 100,000 to 150,000. The preliminaries, we cut out of our road, gravel, the utilities. We're either going to get the pad, or going to come very close to having a completed project, with the goal of being better marketed and ready to put a business on the quote hill in the back.
So again, in budget year, be a request from for 255 or
So the IDB, they did not give me at the meeting, but the IDB is willing to put some money to the match. So is there any interest of being a partner in it, or do you want, what's your appetite? Do you want to put any money on, or like the site development grant? Do you want to see it go forward?
You know, let me, Debbie's financial sends out every Friday. There's a 2-day grant, the balance in that 100 and something thousand. And I mean, that's something possible to look at, because it was originally from the federal government down to Cantus, and they repaid the city funds. So that some economic funds that we could identify if we used. without, taxes or anything. So that's just the idea to be considered.
Further questions? Agenda for Tuesday without objection? Thank you.
And know the max,
Pardon me?
we'll know what the city are willing not to match. Okay.
I think I'd like to know what the IDB is willing to put up first.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to Tuesday is if they do 100% and then sell the property, well,
So
that way the city's not getting funds at all.
Sounds like it.
particularly since it was half.
Yes, yeah. But that's a Tuesday conversation for, yeah. But we'll have with them from what I understand of yesterday.
So, that before Tuesday?
No, Tuesday. Yeah, do it Tuesday.
Well, we could say, city, what we, group is to contribute, that could be from 0 to all. But I think we do, and then if we're not willing to put any money, then IDB has the opportunity to fund the themselves.
So it went from all match to, what'd you
Down
say?
to
250,
50 about?
Two-
Okay.
what I wrote down.
Without ID participation?
Yeah, that's,
Without
that,
ID.
I mean, I took asking them to do the full amount with
Full amount,
return.
right, and they
Probably so.
seemed open to that. I believe it would surprise me if they came
I
back and
think
said,
Clint, do you feeling for that? About their willingness to, they're willing to match, but
yeah, I mean, they were
what?
willing, the conversations to the site development grant, they were willing for the city to be a partner, but not mean that they potentially won't have the right to fund it all. So next move, I'll do a special call IDB meeting, and I'll try my best to get concrete by the council meeting.
for Tuesday.
You know, we could talk-
well, can that?
No, I don't have enough time.
We haven't voted on it.
No, I mean, I'm not asking for a vote. I'm asking to get some opinion on what they're,
Let's vote what we want to go
well,
back.
I mean, I think it's been made clear.
We
Yeah.
can vote on what we would be willing to do as a body. And then they can adjust or not what they wanted to do. So
And we're actually putting up the land. If they
Right.
match, we're actually putting up the land.
so partnering in that
Yes,
regard.
no,
So
yeah. Worth
I
asking.
think I know how to go forward, so.
So you're comfortable with it being Tuesday?
I mean, we need the resolution. My application has to be in March 26th.
Yes.
So no matter what, I have this resolution on
Okay.
this meeting at all
So we
costs.
definitely need an agenda.
I will, I'll get it
Well, but I
done.
mean, we can't speak for the IDB.
No, he's going
Right.
to, he's going to
Right.
get with them.
Okay.
The timeline is the issue, but we'll get,
A special call Monday if everybody agreed on
So-
the DB board.
well,
I think just
Yeah.
talk to the chairman and see what he thought.
I can, but there was an official, the vote was to support $7 million, so I'm sure that there's an official vote. Gina, I'll get with a special call and we'll go.
Well, we got to apply, so that's
Yeah.
the main thing. So on the agenda for Tuesday. Thank you. Next.
Item 5, consider a request by resolution to accept Cooper Lane Southern Drive within the Southview Section 4 of the City of Lewisburg and Maintenance. Favorable recommendation of Planning Commission on February 13th, 2026 meeting.
Richard?
Mayor, I'm gonna,
Oh,
I
okay.
want to know that I could handle this. This is for acceptance of ownership and maintenance of the portion of the Southview Drive that's in Southview 4 as well as Cooper Lane. Brand signed off that inspected the street and that the street meets city standard. Planning Commission gave a favorable recommendation for this being adopted for and I'm happy to questions.
Now, Brandon, was part of this gated pay because the previous policy was not in effect the way it is?
Say that again, Mayor?
The previous policy was, by the city, was not current policy. This is being, we're gonna pay because
Sir,
what
It's already paid.
it's already, no, Cooper, backside of Southview that constructed the past maybe 2 or 3 years now, and he's already paved it, done and ready.
Okay, I thought there was
It's
some that
completed.
it was under previous deal. They didn't do all the paving.
That was already took care of.
So
Let's go.
they've got the top coat and the base coat
Yes,
down, all holding up,
yes.
and that's been there long.
April, I want to say, last April, now.
Okay? Questions? On the, for Tuesday without objection? Thank you. Next item.
Item 6, consider request by Jane Amber for a zoning ordinance to Article 2, Section 2.020, Article 6, Section 5.060, Chart 1, automobile, motor vehicle, body shop, automobile, vehicle repairs, focusing in 1 light industrial to industrial park districts. Recommendation by Planning Commission in February 13th, 2026 meeting.
Richard?
Thank you, Mayor. What this zoning ordinance does is the auto repair and service is only allowed commercial districts or C2 district. We have someone who has wanted to a body shop, the industrial park. This particular amendment does is creates 2 use categories. One of them will be auto repair and servicing, and that is your tire shops, your oil change facilities, muffler repair, those type of uses that are more being used on a daily basis by the citizenry, more appropriate in a district. It creates the use category, which is body shops. That permitted only in industrial districts in line with current zoning practice because of vibrations, issues from paint fumes, paint booths that are in that body shop type uses. So we're simply splitting the two with a automobile repair and servicing within the C district and the industrial districts, and then shops, which is a really new category, would just be permitted in industrial zoning district. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, I have a couple, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Y'all polled in industries that are out there to see how would relate to cars or anything like that stored. We had a company that was across some kind of the mead over that they stored like Volkswagen, didn't have doors, didn't have windows on them, and in the industrial park now they're cleared out. The company closed down there. What's to I just have some concern about what we put like that in the industrial. And I'm all for classic renovations, but is there going to be outside storage? Are they going to have to screen from the street? What?
Yeah, and that would be part of the reasoning we typically see that restricted industrial districts because of outdoors. You see that with shops that are in our districts today. There's some requirements that in our zoning ordinance that require screening. So those in place.
In C,
Require it anywhere where storage is permitted. So even in the industrial, it should be done. I can't to what may be around now, but it should have even in industrial districts in the past.
thinking about the commercial that currently has vehicle, no, at least a couple that they're screening. But, so you're saying on this, screening will be required?
Yes, Mayor, it is actually already in zoning ordinance. You know, of course, I can't to pass enforcement of that requirement when we're coming. But it's already there, both commercial and industrial.
Okay.
I think what we're concerned about is another opportunity to have a yard.
I understand that, and there is definitions in our ordinance for junkyard. We have some other regulations that would be restricted on those as well. You know, with body uses, even in our commercial today, you know, there is some on-site coverage of automobile damaged. That's something that we need to look at in addition to this is some stiff screening requirements we can do as well.
I would like to do it by next week, but I'd like to talk to some industries around there, because see how they about it. They've been there a long time. They've got their clients coming to their production facility, and you know, we will put a good front on what they see in the industrial. So I would like to know, you know, industries how they felt.
Can you, by Tuesday?
That's gonna necessarily be accomplished by no, sir.
Okay, what's the feeling of the group? Wait another month or present it on Tuesday?
I think assurance of the thing, and so all is out of sight. I'm fine on Tuesday's agenda.
As screening is to happen.
Yeah, and what we can get them is a change of site plan to show us how to handle all that on site.
Okay, you already want it on? Okay. There's right.
Item 7, consider request of planning staff for ordinance amendment recommendation to Article 7, Section 7.03 to establish requirements for building permit. Favorable recommendation by Commission on February 17th, 2026 meeting.
So the amendment to our zoning ordinance, and working with our at Marshall County who conduct our building inspections, make a minor tweak based on some feedback I heard from Ms. Mike, our planning commission, just to clarify written or electronic formats are available. This goes into a list of that are required for a building permit. Is front, side, and renovations, footer, elevation details, plan layouts, roof details, window housing and egress, plumbing location, appliance locations, and energy compliance. What this information does is help our partners conducting our building inspections able to better do their job and ensure that codes from an inspection standpoint are followed. When this came up and I was taking it to the planning commission, I did a quick search. People that are these websites where you can go buy home plans. These documents are included in part of their specifications. They buy when you purchase the plans. So this is typical requests for building permits. Happy to answer questions, and what I cannot answer, I will probably Mr. Williams to help me out on.
To prohibit an individual building a house and prepare plans that can submit those requirements.
Yeah, there's meet those requirements. They submit plans. Not have to come from a certain source.
An architect.
Yep.
Additional question? On the agenda, without objection? Next. Richard?
8, request for the appointment of Harris to Community Development Board due to resignation of member until her current term expires on June 30th, 2028. This comes at the recommendation of Mayor Jim Bingham for council approval.
Questions? That'll be on the agenda without objection Tuesday. Thank you.
Item 9, discussion on road paving at Brindley Court. Councilman Burns.
Just back on the agenda, to know that we've really had a solution to it or not. You know, the taxpayers deserve to be paid. Y'all know my opinion. They've got street lights there. They've got brush up, and I think that probably garbage trucks is probably the road as well. But the way I understand it is, you know, a question if the base was built correctly. But I talked to Brandon. Yes, a question. There was a couple of people that were there when the B mix or bait mix, and I think, were you there when the base mix was put there?
Yes,
There, do you feel like it was properly put?
the binder was put down,
Binder was
installed,
proper.
yes.
Then the city check or gave it back, and then, you know, we discovered that, you know, may not ever be deposited. I didn't think maybe if we could, you know, I don't think we're getting anywhere as a council on that. If just turn it over to the city manager to see if he could come up with a solution and direct him to come up with a solution to it and maybe back to us one day.
Yes, the stone and the base are an issue. Where the road failed was the sub-base, the dirt underneath it was not properly prepared. And that's why here, because it's apparently clay, Brandon.
It shows signs of clay pumping through the
That's-
asphalt, yes.
A proper to build a road, and it is, the proof is there. It's obvious that it was constructed sub-base. Oh, the B mix and that was not properly prepared. And I understand this correctly. Contractors, building contractors, their license says build houses or apartments or then there are grading contractors that state board use for roads
Mhm.
and bridges and such. We don't know who, I'd like to know the answer to this. And don't get me wrong, these people do need to leave, but did somebody go there with a bulldozer, backhoe, and without any experience in road building, and not how to properly build a road, but say the results there. So it has to happen, and I think this is in what you quote on, remove bad clay material.
Yes, sir.
Is it a whole street or a portion of the street?
Time that road is, where it's pumping it, the severe spot, not all of it's pumping. So I plan on removing the spots that are also asphalt will all be took out as well. And then 8 inches of cone be reapplied to our surface.
But you will, the proper material,
The clay would be excavated completely out, yes.
and you will replace that with the proper material?
It'd be replaced with rock, yes.
Okay. So then should hold up. Then that would mean it's properly built. I want to recommend to the planning commission, I don't know if it comes to the council or not, that any roads, the contractor says it is licensed by the Tennessee to grade streets. That would be number one. We don't know who graded it. And
This particular
this-
road, I
Pardon me?
don't know. On this particular, I don't know the part of it, no.
Well, that's-
Mayor, I was told the name.
Nickel paving?
Escapes me.
No, nickel paving went on Globe Road.
Somebody, they told me,
did the
but it
ones on
escapes me
Friendly.
who did, if out there and the road grading. I'll get you a name there, but
I'd like to know that because competent road would know you can't build on clay, or this, because it did happen. So I'm going to that we be sure we have part of our requirements, along with that we build all our street, rock, paving, subgrade, whatever, according to current applications of the Tennessee Department of Transportation, because what we have is not very comprehensive. And that's the Bible. Can't go wrong doing that. And in addition to that, I recommend we adopt the Manual of Universal Traffic Control Devices. We discovered when we applied for a signing project with TDOT on our roads that virtually every sign, Lewisburg, stop signs in particular, not meet Manual of Union Traffic Control Devices, in particular in regards to reflectivity, and also in size. And what's important that we that is in these developments, the contractor has to provide those signs. Is that not right, Brendan? We don't do it. We don't want a sign installed that doesn't meet the standard. Now, why is that important? Most of us listen to Morgan too many times. These lawyers know highway specifications and sign specifications better than engineers. And what us at risk not bring our signs up that standard. Somebody runs a stop sign, and kills somebody or maims pull the city saying your signs did not meet the standard. Exposes us and easily solved by adopting a plan for subdivisions. We're going to upgrade several important roads, and at the time, all signs need to meet that standard for our own. And do you understand about the reflectivity requirements?
Mayor, how long do you think we have to bring all of our signage up to code then, to standard?
It would take a multiple of years.
How much?
I think we do maybe over a period of 5 years.
Is
somebody-
there a term that's allowed in the state if we adopt that, or is it just what we choose to?
If we adopt that, doesn't mean it requires us to do it. What
It's
it
just what we're doing going forward.
The signs,
sorry.
the signs that we buy and install as they get up or hit do meet that reflectivity that he's talking about.
But it do that.
It's the older ones.
That's to decrease. Purpose is to decrease the exposure of Lewisburg for not having proper sign if there's an accident. Makes sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm wondering how long it would take to get all the signs to that point. I don't have how many signs we have.
Yeah, Brandon, do you inventory?
I have an actual count of stop signs is out on the street, no. However, a program that me and Ivy has been talking about will give us an asset sign that is out there, along with things as well.
So I think in the budget process, we need to add so many hours per year to say, here do
Maintenance.
at least replace 5 to 50 signs.
We did
Here,
50 of them this year.
until come up to standard.
Okay,
So
let's just,
that, well,
wondering.
the question, well, I'm just trying to explain how important it is to limit the exposure.
oh, I understand that, Mayor.
So, as far as discussed before, I think our city manager, he's hit the ground running, and he's all over this and is gathering information, and he's in consultation with Test and Mr. Ho and Brandon. So, Billy, would you like to speak to?
We're still on the sign topic.
No.
Friendly court.
Bring it forward.
Court.
Obviously, we will execute whatever the decides is the way to go. To Mr. Brown, it has to be fixed. And I think the challenge for the council is, I thought that thing was on. The challenge currently before the council is to decide who participates financially to what degree. And I think that's whether or not it has to be fixed or not it was built from the beginning. I think the point is certainly worthwhile to discuss going forward so we don't wind up in the same situation again. But currently, it's, you know, how to get Brent paid and paid in a timely manner. This issue put behind the council. So I think council, we really don't have any to present as any kind of negotiation. The council to this point has discussed nauseam even, and maybe a new
set of eyes and ears in discussion. I can't say this, I have had zero conversation with developer or the contractor that original work on any kind of level. I only my time in investigating participation in the initial phase of the things of that nature. I'm at the direction of the council, and I'm willing to do whatever it is of me to do.
I think that's what's best, that you prepare a detailed recommendation for us. Am I wrong?
That's what I'm
As expeditiously as possible.
direct the city to negotiate or come up to a solution or whatever, but, you know, we as a council can't get anywhere, so.
Well, my opinion, for us to sit in the road, that's just like, we should just go on and pay for the road. Now, we should pay for the road because it's like, one, it's not our. Two, I feel like if we do move forward and paying for the road, we're just gonna step up on those roads too, as well.
I think it does have fault.
Well, maybe so. I don't see the fault in the only fault that I seen him giving manager the check instead of just doing the right thing and go through the protocol that he's supposed to go. That's what he first. Number two, give him a check that nobody. So therefore, wasn't no money on either party. I'm like, yes, I want the roads to be fixed as well. I just don't be liable for the roads for somebody else, because if we pay for it, we might as well just be like everybody road that's out there. Y'all just come on. We just pay for the rest of the road.
First of all, he gave a check to the.
It still wasn't cash, man. I don't understand why we picked up a check. It wasn't
He
cash.
gave a check to the treasurer at that time. Logged it in the book. If the city didn't cash it or stored it improperly, been done it bank immediately.
Right.
And I think we've corrected that now.
Right.
David.
Right.
So, you know, he's got some fault, in my opinion. And I think the tax.
I don't think we should take that whole bill though. Come on, man.
All I is let the city manager negotiate.
He just got here. I ain't trusting that either.
Well, I trust.
I mean,
him
he's
more than
new. He be ready. You can't put all that on him. Ready for that.
What we're saying, let's give him a adequate.
I'll give him. I mean, I want to give him a chance. I'm all for that. It just wait. We putting on him from the start in the first place. I mean, that's at the end of the day, we still gonna have to vote.
That's right.
So that's kind of what he's. I mean, because at the end of that's where it's at. So my thing of it is, I'm just saying that I don't think it's fair for us to pay for that.
Well, I will point out this, according to my information, similar thing with the same papers happened on Obershall Road down in the south end of the county.
Mm-hmm.
And they agreed to the developer. Now, why they don't agree to fix it here, I don't know. That's another discussion. But important, and I'm sure they'll be heavily involved with Mr. Poto, MTAS legal people, to be sure not setting a precedent where other developers can take advantage of us.
Right.
And
Right.
that concerns me.
Right.
But it's for taxpayers to pay for work that they've done properly to start with. That hurts me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to the taxpayers, but we got to find a solution.
Yeah. Need a
And
solution.
I'm willing to listen to that, and I think everybody around this table wants corrected and there's some relief for those people. And it's the logical way to go about it. And let's see what's on the table and be sure that we open up Pandora's box on these other developments and make an informed decision, gets the job done.
I have a question. Can these contractors be penalized by not fixing this road? Can we stop them from doing any other work here in the city of Lewisburg? Can that happen if they don't do what they're supposed to do?
I'm told that the insurance with the state that contractors have to be bonded. And I don't know if that has been posed yet. Do they have, is it possible they're a bond for not performing, or did the other thing, did someone build the road that didn't have the proper credentials to do that? I think there's penalties for that, but we don't know. I don't think Lincoln Paver went there and graded the road. They, in my work over the years, they never would build that.
Right.
So, go back to what I said earlier. Somebody come with a bulldozer, hole, and just push around some dirt that was available, and it turned out clay. And that's where we get back to. That's where the fade happened, and it holds water.
Yes, sir.
How deep have you got to go to get, about how deep have you got to play out?
The only way I would know that is when we start digging.
So you're only going to repair below binder coat where the road failed, correct?
On the spot pumping.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So definitely know that under binder coat, base had, or the road would not have failed, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
From the signs that
Base was not, on the road was not done correctly. And that's what caused, after we have out on Brindley Court, because you have to dig it all up, start over.
the road itself, when it was constructed, it was kind of never constructed as we normally have roads in Lewisburg. It didn't follow the process at all, and it was being done. Normal construction, as far as a road, your developer would come here, he would put base down, and he would then put stone down. We would compact it, and he would have to pass a compaction test. And then when that compaction test is done, then they would put the binder down, and then the binder down, they would then put the top to Richard's office. And after the bond and the binder's down, it's time for them to actually take the, help me out here, Richard.
Yeah, so the road, so under process with subdivision regs, all I can tell was in place at time. The road should have been through binder. So we should have the first layer all down at that point.
Before a house was even built.
Before a final was recorded, at that point, Planning Commission should have approved a final plat and performance bond that covered the top coat of the asphalt. So it would have been the layer that everybody drives on, that final coat. And then at that point, the file would have been recorded. The developer can process it and pull in permits
Up to 80.
up to it's up to 75.
75%.
2 lots is converted. So at 2 lots, is when it's cut off and the development should have been made, put on the top coat of the final course of asphalt.
Okay, so it's my understanding that the road was built and residents moved onto the road in 2018, but the binder coat was not put on in
September
2021.
Nickel.
So for 3 years, this road was traveled on by dogs,
Yes.
garbage trucks, and it's not the fault. Because that binder coat was not put on when it should have been on, which caused destruction of the road. Understand it.
Well, it did follow the that should have been done.
It did or did
It did not. Never, the check deal and all that happened to begin with, not the way we do business. And road construction should have never followed that. So, I won't say anything. I'll draw your own conclusions.
I know.
Let me ask you a question,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Like, road been bad, okay, like, for my, they hired somebody to come in and pave the road.
Right.
Okay, so the gravel was down, could that was bad first?
So, okay,
That's the question first. If that was bad first, they paid you to come in to put the top coat on, okay. So that road's bad before I put the top coat on?
they graded it first, but I wouldn't know the answer to it. So the compaction, I mean, that's good to a certain point. I've seen it summertime, you know, when we dry spell and it's really dry.
Right.
You know, you run anything over on the ground and the ground won't move. It's as hard as it's cracking. You get that sucker, it starts holding moisture and you run, it's going to start moving. So I've seen in some situations to pass a compaction test, it's dry, spell out, and then later on, but we usually catch it in the construction part of it, the binder, they have to fix it anyway. So even if they did corners on the sub of it, they would start fixing it during the process before they hit the. This road did not follow those channels, so it happened in that way.
Where we stand is Mr. Spivey and Mr. Hutto and MTS, Brad and Richard are all doing their best.
try to find a solution.
I think it's fair to say, to find a solution. And hopefully not at taxpayers' expense. What's next?
Item 10, discussed on investing in the house at Oak Cemetery to make it rentable and generate revenue, along with restrooms and improvements to the maintenance building. Councilman Burr.
Yeah, I put this on this because I guess I'm at Oak Cemetery as much as anybody family there. And the house there, if y'all familiar with, is just pretty much sitting there. And I've never been in it. I'd like to, Brandon or some of y'all, let's go in it and see if it's salvageable or not. Look at maybe upgrading a little bit. Would have to cost maybe to rent. And then on a separate note is, last year, I believe last year, Brandon, we had 50 employees out there and they were having to use the men's restroom.
It wasn't this past
Some before that. So we did enough restrooms to, you know, so what do we talked about a year ago. What do we look at adding a couple commodes?
I'd like to look at just adding maybe another commode and then a room next to the room. It's not going to be a great big expense. we could do it within a reasonable price. We may be able to do it come budget coming year as well. So, I mean, we're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars. It'll only be just, $1,000 or so.
Describe the interior as it is now.
The house that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure I wasn't bathroom. The house is in very poor condition. Needs a lot of cleaning. Above the smell, so a lot of the wood and the flooring is probably have to come out just to even try to get the smell of it. The kitchen has had fire damage to it, especially in the stove area. There is a possibility we could salvage some of the cabinets. As far as damage go, I've never had to remove damage from a room, so that one's kind of a new one on me, is what it will take to get actually out of the ceiling and out of the wall. I don't know if scrubbing would take it out or painting. No, I've never had to do that part of it. And then the electricity and the water is currently off. So I couldn't tell you about the HVAC. It does need a new roof. I do know that. Hot water heater and all that stuff, I don't know how much is actually still any count or even working at this point. That will be determined whether when we cut the power on, water back on.
I think it will cost to fix it, just
For renovations, for a complete renovation, I mean, I'd say you could probably start with $100,000 easily for it. It's going to be probably a gut job.
How long has it been? It's been empty for, I know.
It's a year, I want to.
Oh,
It's been a year, yes, ma'am.
okay.
Was not in the, weren't there some big dogs in the house and it was employees that was living there, correct?
Yes. Was dogs in the house, and it's clear signs of dogs being in the house, and not well took care of either. Don't like going in the house. I'll be with you. I thought I was joking when I brought a can of Lysol with me to spray when we got out of there, but I sprayed his, so it made me feel better. But it shows signs of a lot of mice and rats. So, I mean, the only good thing in there, we did clean the basement out. So the basement is somewhat clean. Everything's pretty well easy access underneath the house. Also, we went in and removed refrigerators as well to keep food from being spoiled and sitting in there all the time as well. So there's refrigerators.
Sounds like you're going to have a hat outfit on.
It'd definitely be a mask.
I mean, what is the plan? Fix it? You saying the
Well,
employees,
first time.
fix it to rent, is that what you?
the employees are using it for the restaurant?
No.
We talk, let's put the house aside.
Three different places?
At the building.
Okay,
The metal building, we're talking about two different.
okay.
We'll put your house over here. The main building, you're talking about a couple commodes and
One commode, that would do.
some
two
wood
bathrooms.
and fix the drywall.
Yep, and we'll have to
Could
take
you-
the floor out and put in another additional to tie into that system as well, but that's not,
For the maintenance.
yes.
That's the $1,000 you mentioned.
And it might be around 1,000 or 2,000, but it's not 10,000. I don't,
It's not the $100
no, it
Could you
won't
get a
be.
cost to the city manager about, for female employees out there again this year that at least got separate restaurants?
I haven't gave him a stated cost or anything like that, but
Could you?
yes, I
you
could,
give
yes.
him So we know what it was gonna cost to make this building.
I could do
And the
that.
house, put it out there because everybody says it's there, nothing.
Well, it may need raised.
I mean, give you a more firm number house, when me and Billy discussed yesterday, we there, and basically what I think we can do is make a list of things to be done, and then he can also look at my list and he can add to it these things that I may amend, and then we can start price on those items to be a starting point if the council willing money into the house.
Sounds like a month.
I don't know about that.
If it needs a roof and stairs and floors are bad and the fire and.
It may be a hazmat situation.
Talk about the land at the house. Now, you've got your maintenance building,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, and then a little farther down is where the house is. The land between the two, is that city owned?
It's
Lone
ours.
Oak?
No,
Lone Oak City.
it's Lone Oak. It's all Lone Oak. The house, I don't,
Lone Oak.
no, the house, I don't think so at all. I think the house is Lone Oak's address.
Now, who's gonna,
And there's like a little garage, you know?
Out
down
back,
there,
behind
yeah.
it, underneath it is the basement, and there's a garage door where a small car could possibly pull in it,
All right.
yes.
I was more thinking about getting rid of the house and using it for a cemetery.
yeah, you take,
Don't need to just let it sit if we want.
No
Tear it
house
down.
sit around because we have that issue in our city without having that one that we created.
yeah, if you, what, get 1,000 or 50, $1,200 a month rent from there if you could find a renter.
I mean, you could probably, I don't know, I
Thinking
don't
or
rent buildings, but
recoup
probably
that.
get about 15 for
Well, I
it.
don't know anything about it, but then you have a limited people that would be willing to go out there.
Yeah,
Well, I would, but you know, different from everybody. I could live out there.
but how many years would it take you to recoup your,
That's my, how much return, how many years would the payback?
but we'll rely on, Ivy and Brandon to make a specific recommendation. We are,
Yeah,
Now also,
you,
oh,
And add the bathrooms to the bill.
you don't have anything,
also keep in mind that we are getting upon, so we'll get busy with grass and everything else. So this renovation would definitely be a wintertime project.
It may not be right like everybody says. But I think bathrooms up there probably needs attention at the building.
Yeah, we could probably take care of that within a reasonable frame.
what's the next item?
Next item is consider ordinance and ordinance
Thank you, Brandon.
25-15, budget number 1, adopted on November the 10th, 2025, due to correct typographical errors in budget amendment number 1. Debbie Montgomery.
Our new install. She's not interim, she's not assistant.
It's all on me now, right?
She's the main woman.
Okay, discovered there was an error in passed back in November of 2025. Is to an amendment to make that action. You can see in the corrected copy, number 11. The two highlighted items on the page in yellow are the ones that are corrected. It is shown, and that's the budgeted amount. In the last budget, it read 15,000, and that should have read 16,000. And on the second, that one read had 26,000, have been 30,000. As you go across and down those recalculate, it did not change the increase in those budget items that y'all passed. Not change anything highlighted down to the general fund budget amount or those in the red at the bottom. It changed those two lines and get it over and down. So that is trying to clean up, and it will require ordinance to amend the amendment, and that's
For that, it's pretty straightforward. On the, without objection. Is your family still here? Well, I should have, I should have taken advantage of bragging on you. We're still here, but again, we're so grateful for your service over the years. Yeah. Look forward for many years of that faithful service. Anything else?
It's other business, item 12.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Shannon made a motion. Is there a second? Who? Who's?
Second.
Robert. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Oh, say no. We stand adjourned, and thank you again.